All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do the sacrifices. I always want to say the sacrifice, but no. Issue number 6 from Image Comics. Still enjoying the series. This is another fun one, although not without faults. But every action has also a little bit consequence here. I like that, and the consequence is immediately visible. Sort of. Let's dive in. So we have here. I mean, this is the moon, or maybe a citadel on the moon. I'm not sure if this is a real. Well, this is a universe. How we have humans, we have bird people, we have animal people, and then we have sun gods and moon goddesses. And I believe this moon goddess has copies of them herself, right? Because of tiding of the moon and all that thing. And then Rokos comes. Rokos is her, formal lover. They have a child together, and Rokos, still wants to have her affections. Well, she wants nothing to do with it anymore. So, not sure why there is a quarrel between them. It's not really explained, but maybe that sail, is that how you say it? I don't know. Maybe that's how it went through the years. Maybe she despised them for the decisions, or I believe he has also now another woman, or that was his original woman, but he's maybe betrothed to the moon god. I'm not entirely sure, just making things up. Anyway, so he says, "Where is Soluna?" "At your palace, last I saw." "No, our daughter has gone missing shortly after your display." I love the environments, by the way, with all this, this lunar / moon images, and this giant, I believe, photo of her. He says, "I think you have something to do with it. Another attempt to shame me." Right? And what's the name again? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Lunar. Yeah, Sol is I believe the third planet in our solar system, also known as the sun. And lunar is of course the moon. Lunar, okay, a little bit on the nose, but hey. Anyway, so the princess is, I believe, brain dead, because the foreman, who is now bitter because the gods didn't give them what he deserves, basically sucked her brain dry, and now she's now looking older. Her flame hair died, but she's still alive, right? Which surprised me a little bit, because your brain is penetrated, you should be dead, or something like that, or maybe brain dead. But then something happens. So this woman says, "The precious building, a loose valve," and he wants to tighten it, but then it breaks. And then I saw this and said, "Oh yeah, this was the pigeon boy that was almost drowning in the on the water." And so basically, he comes here, and everybody's getting flushed away. So he wakes up, but then the brain fluid is splashing on him, and he's starting to glow a bit. And the foreman sees that. He says, "No," and he sees that the pipe is broken. And so Pigeon Boy immediately, goes for the daughter of the gods, Solunar, and he says, "Hey, are you all right? Can you hear me?" And he says, "Help me." But then the foreman doesn't want to know. He says, "You do not know what you have done. You ruin it all," or something like that, right? And then he's accidentally hitting a lever, and then he didn't see it, but he just slips in this hole, and then he's been flushed out. And he said, "Oh yeah, so when the dead bodies are not usable anymore, so their bodies getting flushed out," right? In the last issue, because we see what happened to Pigeon Boy's friends, and we see all these bodies. So many years has this happened. All of these bodies are being drained for, the nectar of the gods, so that they can stay young. And you see this Orca girl, that's how I say it. And he says, "Oh no, she's dead." Noom, that's her name. She, "Who?" "She was my only friend." And then, I don't know, a sound, a horn is going off. And the husks, these are, guards, I guess. They are coming to look for him. A lot of visual storytelling here. I like that. Minimalistic dialogue, which is okay, because the visuals tells you basically the story that you need to know. But also it sprinkles, a little bit more backgrounds from what's happening in the past here, or where Solar Man, and I don't know, the god here wants to go with Lunar Girl, which basically Moon Girl. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so basically he wants to I don't know, rekindle their love, right? So he said it was never my choice to separate. She says, I will not take part in this abomination, nor will I allow Soluna to. We don't know where she went, but she didn't see the ceremony and clearly fled in disgust. All right. So he says, for eons you drank the elixir like the rest. Suddenly you better than us. I'm simply acting on what we all know in our hearts. We held power for too long. It's time to grow old, to allow the next generation their time. The next generation is not ready. Not if it remains relinquishing power. Look what you've become. Look what you do to your people. And then he's getting enraged. He says, what I do to them? And he says, I serve their every need. And he's, smacking her away. Then, I don't know, the lunar clones, I guess, or bodies, heavenly bodies? Yeah, okay. Try to, I don't know, attack him, but he just disintegrates them with this power of the sun. It looks great, by the way. So they're all melting. She says, what have you done? What you forced me to do? And of your tumult. You will return with me, drink the elixir, and live to raise our daughter. And she says, I won't become something I hate in order to survive. And then, he says, then you will not. And he melts her. Wow. Nor will you ever eclipse me again. Eclipse. Okay, cool. That's a nice one. So I thought, oh, dude, that is sudden. So I thought, you know what? So if there is a sun with the sun god and the moon with the moon goddess, what happened to the moon if the goddess is no more? I'm wondering. Well, we get a little bit of a hint. Meanwhile, they are, the daughter of the moon and the sun goddess is Solunar. He's walking through this dead forest, and he says, I cannot carry you anymore, and he's just tripping, right? And he says, oh, man, the bog poison. He says, come on, I will run no more. Then what do you want to do? I will stay here. Stay here and wait for Luna to save me. What? Why would she do that? She's my mother. What? You one of them? and she's now begging for her mother, right? She says, bring me home, and then he says, Mother, did you see that? She's gone. The moon is lost. So did it just disappear? So what happens then to the world if the moon is gone? I mean, disasters, I guess, right? But then they are getting attacked by these creatures, and he say, but you are found. And she says, get up. He says, there's no reason. And so Pigeon Boy comes in and saves her, but then also kicking these creatures' head off, and he's ripping into them, right? And he's killing them all one by one in the most gruesome fashion, as you can see here. And he just, after he did this, he says, what? How did you do that? I don't know. I do. You took my power, stole my birthright. Give it back, you filthy pigeon. Give it back, or you do nothing. I like that. So the tables are turned. Although I think she is somewhat innocent, I guess, right? So he says, you can no longer revel in having what others do not. My mother's gone, my power as well. I lost everything. Please, you must help me. Me? Help you? You had people help your entire life. There's only one way to help you, by leaving you to fend for yourself. Help me, my family will reward you. Your family murdered my friend, and I'm going to reward them. That is cool. So this is turned into a revenge story. I like that a lot. So basically he has now the power of the gods, I guess, right? Yeah, this is cool. I want to know more. So I have the rest pre-ordered. Well, the rest, as much as I can. And then we, if I'm getting that, so we're going to continue the story. I'm enjoying this very much, I must say. The story is well paced. It's a fun, new story that I haven't read before in my entire life, so that makes it interesting. Art looks great. Yeah, tickles my fancy. Haha. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it, and I see you next time. Bye bye.